and they still think real estate is like that
It's not.
because like now in your 70s you've learned it's about the team, it's about management, it's about the right people, but they can't unsee what they grew up with.
Totally.
So I think a lot of operators are like that, right?
You are right. When you're on the phone, you're on the Zoom, you're on the meetings, I mean, here, there, everywhere. But the thing is, you're compartmentalizing and looking at different streams of businesses and different avenues so that you can make sure everything is tightly run. That's what we're going to talk about today.
We're gonna dive into it. So operators, business owners, this one's for you. We're gonna deviate a little bit from our experience in real estate. We're going to speak as business owners, and we're
Yes.
going to dive into how you actually prep your business for a sale. Because as real estate investors, we're always selling our businesses. We buy it, we build it, and eventually we sell it for something bigger at a better deal.
Good.
I was in a coffee shop here in Cleveland today. A woman came in from California, Vinney, and
Yeah.
she was asking how to invest here, and she had some concerns, right? She had some different challenges. She didn't want to sell. Like she was just absolutely dead set against selling anything
Yeah.
that she bought in California because, as you know, you can't buy it back again. But her kids don't want it, and that's something she had very clearly expressed to me on another call that we had. I got to meet her in person, have the coffee,
Yep.
but this is exactly what she needs to hear. And this is the same thing that I think all operators need to hear: is start planning to build your business so its value is higher. Don't let it lag down and start paying attention to these KPIs. So
Yeah.
today's principle, we're going to dive in with Vinney. This is Abundance Thursdays. We do this every Thursday, 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. EST. I'd say we do it every Thursday, but a lot of times Vinney's traveling, sometimes I'm traveling.
Yeah.
And so we do our best to get as many of the principles as we can in a week. So you said step one is build systems, not just hustle.
Oh.
I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs who are they're just
Hustle.
self-employed. They're not really business owners.
No, they're just burning. They are just burning time, energy, everything to talk about today. They are not visioning what this business is going to grow in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Exit plan should be in our conscious and really making sure that we are doing everything possible to tighten up, bring the revenues higher. We'll talk about all those points, but it's so important that we keep that in mind. Not
In the
today.
systems. So
Yeah.
I was one of those people who I abhorred systems in the beginning. I used to work for Johnson & Johnson. They'd always ask me to write SOPs for everything I was building and doing, because I was the guy who built the Excel
Yep.
spreadsheets for Johnson & Johnson. And
Mm-hmm,
they
mm-hmm.
wanted to understand how those worked. And I was like, why? You got me. But I didn't realize that I was a removable asset, whereas the systems were going to stay with the company for a long period of time. I always just ignored. I did the SOPs, but I never grasped why I was doing it. Those are imperative. So that
Very
because
much.
even me is like in 2015, I had no systems. Vinny, I was working my ass off. I was working so hard just to squeeze a little bit of dollars out of the business, and then I hired staff and they couldn't work. They couldn't figure out my systems. They didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
How did you, as an engineer, how did you take this really intelligent brain and put it down into an SOP? Because I have a client of mine who she literally had to hire I know you don't like to call virtual assistants, so she hired a international partner
Mm-hmm.
to actually build her SOPs. What
Yes.
what